Welcome to Day Zero Prep. I am Nuno, your host, and this week I am not going to sugarcoat anything. If you came here for reassurance, this is the wrong channel. If you came here for the truth, stay with me. Because what happened this week is not just news. It is a preview of what is coming, and most people have absolutely no idea. This is the weekly threat report from March 30 to April 3, 2026. Let's talk about what the world looked like this week, and more importantly, what it means for everything you depend on to survive. Let's start with energy, because without energy, nothing else matters. The world lost 12 million barrels of oil per day this week. 12 million. The 1973 oil crisis that collapsed economies across the Western world cost 5 million barrels per day. The 1979 crisis, another 5 million. Together they caused unemployment, hyperinflation, and social breakdown. What we are living through right now is more than double both of those crises combined. And the head of the International Energy Agency looked into the camera this week and said April will be worse than March. Let that land for a moment. Everything around you right now depends on oil. The chair you are sitting on, the food in your refrigerator, every single element of modern life. Fertilizers made from oil, machines running on oil, trucks burning oil. Every single element of modern life has oil embedded in it. And right now that supply has been cut in half. Most people will not feel it this week. They will feel it in 6 weeks, in 3 months, when the price of everything quietly doubles and their paycheck buys half. Now let's talk about food. Supermarkets carry 3 days of inventory. 3 days. That is the entire buffer between a functioning society and empty shelves. That buffer only exists because every link in the supply chain is assumed to be working. Fuel, trucks, banks. Remove one and the buffer disappears in hours. Right now, multiple assumptions are breaking. Energy costs have risen 50% in 5 weeks. Fertilizer prices are spiking. Shipping routes are being rerouted. The UN confirmed this week that global food prices rose 2.4% in March alone. That looks like food costing 30% more over a year. It looks like families cutting meals. It looks like social pressure building in cities where people have no stockpile and no plan. And social pressure does not stay polite. This week, Australia, one of the wealthiest countries on earth, ran out of diesel in hundreds of rural towns. That is not a warning, that is a demonstration. The people who laughed at preppers storing fuel did not find it funny this week in rural Australia. The system is showing you exactly how thin the margin is. Now let's talk about your money, because the financial system is quietly having a breakdown and almost nobody is reporting it honestly. Stock markets are falling, bond markets are under pressure. The Federal Reserve is completely paralyzed. It sits there, frozen. And when central banks freeze, history tells us what comes next. They print money. They dilute your savings until your purchasing power is worth a fraction. Gold is rising. Physical silver is rising. Because the people who understand history know that paper always burns eventually. It burned in Weimar, Zimbabwe, and Venezuela. If your savings are entirely in cash or in markets, you do not have savings, you have exposure. And this week made that difference very clear. And now, security. Because this is the part most people are too uncomfortable to talk about. When energy becomes unaffordable, people get desperate. When food becomes scarce, people get dangerous. This is not speculation. The cities are the most vulnerable. Millions of people, no food production, no water independence. The person with land will eat. The person with water independence will drink. That is not darkness, that is realism. The darkness is pretending none of this is happening. So here's your action list for this week. Fuel reserves. Top them up today. Not this weekend, today. Rural shortages are not a theory anymore. Food stockpile. Identify your weakest point and fix it before prices climb further. Every week you wait, it costs more. Financial exposure. If you have no physical precious metals, you have no hard asset protection. Start somewhere, even small. Something is better than nothing. Security assessment. Think clearly about your vulnerability, your location, your community, your legal means of protection. Make it now from a position of calm. And come back next Saturday, because this channel exists for one reason: to help you see what is coming. Subscribe, because we talk about solutions. The window to prepare is open, but windows close. This has been the Day Zero Prep Weekly Threat Report. Share this. Subscribe. Stay prepared. I will see you next Saturday. The next report will be more important than this one. I will see you in the next one. Day Zero Prep.